नहीं हो जाता। एक दो इंस्टांसिस पे अगर वो फजूल खर्ची करता है वो प्रॉफिलिगेट भी नहीं साबित हो सकता। एक दो वाकयात से नहीं, ये उसका मुसलसल कंडक्ट साबित करेगा डिक्लेरेशन के टाइम।
और ऐसा हर शख्स गलती का पुतला है।
बिल्कुल। और जब डिक्लेरेशन आ भी गया तो फिर भी तौबा के दरवाजे के लिए उन्होंने मुद्दत मुकर्रर कर दी 5 साल वैलिडिटी, जैसे किसी लाइसेंस की भी वैलिडिटी है। उस डिक्लेरेशन की वैलिडिटी लेजिस्लेचर ने 5 साल कर दी है। अब 5 साल के बाद अगर कोई आदमी फिर भी कहता है कि ये सादक अमीन नहीं है तो वो दोबारा जाके डिक्लेरेशन ले ले कि इसको 1 आ गया डिक्लेरेशन, इसने फिर भी अपने आप को तौबा की दरवाजे तक नहीं लेकर गया, अपने आप के अपना रास्ता मेंड नहीं किया। ही इज नॉट मेडिड एंड ही इज स्टिल नॉट सादिक एंड अमीन और ही इज स्टिल प्रॉफिलिगेट, ही इज स्टिल डिसऑनेस्ट, तो वो ले आए दोबारा, वरना 5 साल के बाद दोबारा प्रिज्यूम ये किया जाए कि ये इसने तौबा कर लिया।
थैंक यू जी
CMA 135 my lord, may I adopt the arguments by the party and I support the law.
CMA number?
CMA number 135.
अच्छा ठीक है।
22.
ओके ठीक है, शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट। नेक्स्ट।
I'll just briefly touch.
number बता दें।
My lord, it's civil appeal number 1946/2020. 1946.
सिविल, आपकी सिविल अपील है।
Civil appeal, my lord, of 2020.
You are supporting Samila Baloch or opposing?
I'm opposing.
Opposing Samila Baloch.
My lord.
So you adopt everything said?
My lord, but just briefly, if I can just
want to add anything, बता दें।
My lord, if I may just refer Article 62(1)(f). And I just would like to add that this article is conjunctive and not disjunctive. So all the requirement mentioned in F, sagacious, righteous, non-profligate, honest and amin, has to have a degree of all of it.
Sorry,
because it's not or, it's and. This is my humble submission.
Okay, conjunctive and not disjunctive.
My lord. Number one, and my lord, in this regard, there is no such declaration till today. At least I have not come across. However, so many people have been disqualified. There has not been declaration to this effect in Pakistan.
Conjunctive नहीं हुआ है
or even otherwise. There has not been a declaration saying that this X person is not Sadiq Amin or honest. Further, my lord, I would like to state Article 63(1)(h), which talks about has been on conviction of moral turpitude. In my humble understanding, I would say that if somebody is convicted in this, say for example, somebody is a thief and is convicted for it, then he's automatically disqualified under 62(1)(f) also. If he's a thief, how could he be honest and amin? My lord, and further, I would like to say that Article 62(1)(f), the declaration to this effect cannot be given by constitutional courts, and it can only be given by the election tribunal. And because declaration has to be on finding of fact, after leading evidence cross, because if it is held today that under Article 199,
evidence has to be led,
my lord,
and cross-examined right
my lord,
has to be provided,
my lord, because if you are declaring somebody not honest,
Article 10A requirements,
Article 10A requirement, exactly.
Forum is tribunal,
my lord.
मतलब जो भी फोरम है उसमें ये तकाजे पूरे करना चाहिए, एविडेंस लीड हो, क्रॉस एग्जामिनेशन हो, राइट टू लीड एविडेंस इन रिबटल हो।
My lord.
ठीक।
Now, my lord, quickly, if I just come to Sama'aa Baloch judgment and take my lords to page 442, para 32.
जी।
In this, it has been stated that declaration by court of civil jurisdiction at para 32, 5th line. They have said that it has to be declaration by court of civil jurisdiction.
Paragraph 32.
32, my lord. In my humble opinion, that would be.
कहाँ से पढ़ रहे हैं?
My lord, 5th line है. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line.
पढ़िए। हाँ, civil jurisdiction as declared
by court of civil jurisdiction. So in my submission that would be violative of Article 225 of the Constitution. which says no election dispute can be brought in question other than by election petition. And
civil court can declare before election, even if no dispute of election is there, somebody can be declared.
My lord, in my view, that is why that has been safeguarded, so that the parliamentarians don't have to be stuck with these court cases throughout their 5 years tenure. Why election tribunal? Because only the contesting candidate can challenge those elections. Here,
even if civil court declares somebody, then still the tribunal can decide about it.
My lord, in my view, if civil court, anyone can go and take you to the court, and all 5 years of your tenure, you will be busy in courts proceeding only. Whereas in election tribunal, it's only the election candidates who have contested the elections, they can challenge that election. Mr. My lord, at page 443, if my lord would see para 34. If I may just quickly read this, my lord. In the post-18th constitutional amendment scenario, an adverse declaration by court of law against a candidate necessary to oust him from an election. It was held in Abdul Ghaffur Lahiri versus returning officer that a false declaration made in nomination paper by a candidate about his academic qualification led to permanent embargo on the candidature for election. This is because Article 62 of the Constitution did not provide any period for which a person would stand debarred from contesting election, and therefore the appellant before the court could not become qualified merely by flux of time. To the same effect is the judgment of Muhammad Khan Junejo versus Federation of Pakistan, appellant before you, my lord, wherein a deficiency in qualification under Article 62(1)(f) of the Constitution led to permanent disqualification. This outcome was followed in Allah Dino Bhayo's case, 2013 SAMAA, in which the following observations were made in respect to duration of embargo. In this Allah Dino Bhayo case, relying on Muhammad Khan Junejo's case, who was appellant before my lord, it was said that this disqualification will haunt him forever. However, what happened after that in 2020? Supreme Court 591, relevant page 15, 597.
G.
Class item A, my lord. The para 5, the upshot of the said judgment is that a disqualification under 62(1)(f) of the Constitution can only be imposed by or under declaration made by court of law. By such prescription, Article 62(1)(f) creates a lawful, transparent and fair mechanism for an election candidate to contest an allegation that he is disqualified under one or more of the ground listed in the said constitutional petition. Accordingly, in the case of Sardar Yar Muhammad Rain, this court held that judicial declaration disqualifying a candidate under 62(1)(f) of the Constitution must necessarily be based on oral or documentary evidence. In case reported in Imran Khan Niazi versus Mia Mohammad Nawaz Sharif.
Point kya hai?
My lord, point is, my lord, at para 7, I was just showing that this was the view. From here, the view started changing. At para 7, if my lord would see at the next page, third last line.
G.
The said impact of the 18th Amendment went unnoticed in our judgment under review, dated 9/7/23, thereby constituting an error apparent on the fact of record. What I would like to say here is, my lord, in this case, they realized that this was an error apparent on record, and they reviewed the judgment of 2013, which was passed relying on our appellant's judgment. But appellant and rest everybody else was left there. In this case, this judgment was reviewed and that judgment was set aside.
The Bhayo review was after Samiullah Baloch.
My lord, 2020.
Achha.
My lord. And Bhayo was passed relying on the judgment of Muhammad Khan Junejo's case.
Bhayo review after Samiullah Baloch.
After Samiullah Baloch.
And a different point of view was taken there.
Yes, my lord.
What was the view there?
The point of view was that after 18th Amendment, the Supreme Court had not realized and Supreme Court had declared.
So kya hold kya?
Hold kya, they set aside that judgment and said that in post 18th Amendment scenario.
Disqualified or qualified candidate?
He's qualified.
Disqualified.
Qualified. Earlier in 2013 he was disqualified. In review judgment in 2020 it was held that it was a mistake.
Okay, understood.
Because there wasn't a declaration from
we will read it. Thank you.
So this was the case in the, and in this I was saying that in Muhammad Khan Junejo's case, in which Bhaios was disqualified. Bhaio case was reviewed and rest everybody was left there.
ठीक. ये रिव्यू वाली बेंच कितने जजेस की थी?
My lord, 3-member bench.
ठीक.
And in Yar Mohammed Rind, it was also 3-member, but all 3 members were same as in Samiullah Baloch case. Now, my lord, if I may just